some during 2 years because of situations of the earthquake and other issues. We could not conduct the regular editions of our festival. So it's the 8th edition of the Nepal Human Rights International Film Festival. We had planned it to organize in March 2020 in Kathmandu with physical presence, but as the COVID situation started at the same time, we had to postpone it, and now we waited for a long time so that if the situation will improve and we could organize it physically. But the end of the pandemic doesn't seem near, so we decided that we'll go organize this event virtually. So we have the Minister of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation of Nepal, Honorable Mr. Oyush Bhattrai, as our chief guest. We will inaugurate this 8th edition of the festival. And we have the Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, Mr. Ved Prasad Bhattrai, as our guest today. Her Excellency, the Ambassador of the European Union Delegation to Nepal is here. I'd like to welcome you all. The IOM Chief of Mission in Nepal is here. So welcome, ma'am. So we have also the President of Film Development Board, Mr. Dayaram Dahal. So we want to welcome you. And joining from the United Kingdom is Professor Ananda Breed of the Lincoln University. She also heads the Mobile Arts for Peace project, which is also being implemented here in Nepal, where Human Rights Film Center is also a partner. So we welcome all of you on board, and I'd like to request, if possible, to put on your video so that you can see everybody here. For some time, I'll welcome Manya Mantriju, संस्कृति पर्यटन नागरिक उड्डयन मन्त्रीज्यूले हामीलाई जोइन गरिसक्नु भएको छ, उहाँलाई पनि म स्वागत गर्दछु. Now I'd like to request the festival chair, Mr. Arundev Joshi, to welcome you all and share our objectives and our history of this festival and what we plan to do during these 5 days of the festivals from today onwards. Mr. Arundev Joshi, over to you.
Namaste. Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism, Yogesh Bhattrai, Secretary of National Human Rights Commission, Ved Prakash Bhattrai, Honorable Ambassador of European Union in Nepal, Nona Depres, and Chief of Mission for Nepal from IOM, Mr. Lauren Allen, Lincoln University Professor Ananda Breed, Film Development Board Chief Mr. Dayaram Dahal, and all distinguished guests and all participants from different countries in the world and filmmakers. We are glad to share you that at last we are on our festival. The COVID situation could not stop our festival. As it was scheduled in the March, we were planning, as Hiranya already said, we were planning a physical festival like we were doing before. But as you know, all know the world situation, we cannot do it physically. So we didn't want to just break the chain of the festival. Like we are one of the longest running festival in Nepal. So we are doing the 8th edition of this festival. So due to all support of all of you, it is possible to organize the festival, and we are glad that we are here in the 8th edition of the festival. In this edition, we have films from more than 50 countries. At least 53 countries are there, and more than 29 countries are there, and more than 50 films are there. Around 53 films are there from more than 29 countries, and we are doing it virtually from Chalachitra TV. It's a upcoming film streaming app in Nepal. So it is, you can see it from worldwide. among this 54 films, most of the films are open worldwide. So some of the films, they are not open worldwide, that like the filmmakers wanted it not to be shown in different part of the world, so they are geologged. So each and every film are being shown in Nepal. You can see it, everything from Nepal, but maybe from outside the world some films may not be available, but it is just due to the copyright situation and the restrictions put by the filmmakers. So uh, as it's already said, we are in the 8th edition, and we are in the 10th year. In between 2 years, we couldn't do the festival due to some unavoidable situations. But we are here to continue with the support of the different organizations. Like we have been supported this year. We are generous with the support from the IOM, uh, ICJ, likewise. Uh, likewise Lincoln University, and Nepal Film Development Board, and all others. Lots of many people have come together. Many organizations have come together to support us, and lots of organizations are there as uh, as our supporting organizations who will be participating, and will be publicizing about this festival being online. So I would like to welcome you all uh, to this festival. And in this from today onwards, it's already open in Chalchitra TV. It will be up till 30th of this month. uh, the films will be there in the screening. After it is open, it will be there for 24 hours. So you'll have to, if you have already planned to watch certain films, you can you have got the schedule. After the schedule, the film open, you have to watch it till 24 hours. So uh, it is now, it's already open in the festival, and you can join in there, and I wish you will see lots of films. And this year, like we already had like a award ceremony in every year's festival, but this year we couldn't do the award ceremony, as we had already selected lots of films, and already selected, they were already part of the festival, but due to we couldn't do it physically, the presence of the people couldn't have been there. And many firms who were already selected uh, didn't want to go online. So it would not have been fair for everybody if we choose the films from the films who are only gone online, because other films who were selected were also equally part of the festival. We appreciate them as well, whether they are online or not. So we decided this year that the award ceremony would not be there. So if whether awards would not be there, but festival, the uh, our celebration will be no less. Will be celebrating the festival on the same way. Hope will be coming again next year with a physical festival, and it's a more grandeur way. And thank you all again for the participating, and welcome you all, and hope you will be the part of this festival up till the 30th. And I would like you to participate and watch many of the films, and give us the feedback about our festival, how it has been, how is the film selection had been, and how we could do it better. As it is the first time we are doing the virtual thing also, like world is going virtual. Maybe the virtual things can happen many more in the future days. So it will be a great experience for us. Thank you all. Welcome you all again.
Thank you, Festival Chair Mr. Arundev Joshi, for your welcome remarks and sharing the objectives and the plan of the festival for these 5-6 days. हामी सौभाग्यशाली छौँ, हामीसँग आज संस्कृति पर्यटन तथा नागरिक उड्डयन मन्त्री माननीय योगेश भट्टराईज्यू हामीलाई अनर गर्नुभएको छ। हामीलाई यो हाम्रो कार्यक्रमको उद्घाटन गर्न, यो फेस्टिभलको उद्घाटन गरिदिनु उहाँले हामीलाई सहमति जनाउनु भएकोमा हामी उहाँप्रति र उहाँको बिजी सेड्युललाई पनि ध्यानमा राखेर म माननीय मन्त्रीज्यूलाई यो कार्यक्रमको आफ्नो मन्तव्य राख्दै यो कार्यक्रमको उद्घाटन भएको भनेर घोषणा गरेर कार्यक्रमलाई उद्घाटन गरिदिन अनुरोध गर्दछु। I would like to request the Honorable Minister of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation of Nepal, Mr. Yogesh Bhattrai, to inaugurate this festival with his inaugural remarks. So,
Audio on भएन.
सुनिन्छ नि?
सुनिन्छ.
धन्यवाद किरणजी. म नेपालीमा बोल्छु. मेरो साथी हुनुहुन्छ लक्ष्मणजी, उहाँले इङ्ग्लिसमा ट्रान्सलेट गर्नुहुन्छ. सर्वप्रथम त यो 8औं नेपाल मानव अधिकार अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय चलचित्र महोत्सव जो आज मङ्सिर 10 देखि 15 गतेसम्म भर्चुअल माध्यमबाट हुँदैछ. यसका कार्यक्रमका अध्यक्षज्यू र यो कार्यक्रममा सहभागी बनिरहनुभएका नेपाल चलचित्र बोर्डका अध्यक्षज्यू, त्यस्तै लिङ्कन युनिभर्सिटीका प्रोफेसर अमान्दाजी, त्यस्तै यो नेपालको IOM का चिफ अफ द मिसन नेपालका, त्यस्तै हिज एक्सलेन्सी एम्बेसडर अफ जर्मन, त्यस्तै हिज एक्सलेन्सी एम्बेसडर अफ द युरोपियन युनियन एन्ड डेलिगेसन टु नेपाल लगायत विश्वका विभिन्न भागहरूबाट यो भर्चुअल माध्यममा सहभागी हुनुभएका सम्पूर्ण विशिष्ट अतिथिहरू र सहभागी मित्रहरूलाई म मेरो तर्फबाट, नेपाल सरकारको तर्फबाट, संस्कृति पर्यटन तथा नागरिक उड्डयन मन्त्रालयको तर्फबाट आजको यस भर्चुअल यो चलचित्र महोत्सवको उद्घाटन समारोहमा हार्दिक स्वागत र अभिवादन गर्न चाहन्छु.
First of all, very good morning to all. On this occasion of 8th Nepal International Film Festival, I'm very delighted to be a part of this event. The chairperson, Mr. Arundev Joshi, the president of Film Development Board, Dharam Dahal, professor of Lincoln University, Ms. Amanda Braid, and chief of mission for Nepal IOM, Lorena Roland, His Excellency Ambassador, German Ambassador for Nepal, Ambassador for the European Union for Nepal, Nona Deprej, and all the participants in this event. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to this virtual event of the film festival.
विगतमा यहाँहरूको भौतिक उपस्थितिमा यो फिल्म फेस्टिभल आयोजना भइरहेकोमा यसपटक कोभिड-19 को अत्यन्तै प्रतिकूल परिस्थितिमा यो भौतिक उपस्थिति भएर यो अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय चलचित्र महोत्सवलाई आयोजना गर्न असम्भव भएको सिलसिलामा यहाँहरूले जसरी भर्चुअल माध्यमबाट सबैलाई एउटा प्लेटफर्ममा जुटाउनु भएको छ, त्यसको निम्ति म आयोजक मित्रहरूलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र 8औं नेपाल मानव अधिकार अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय चलचित्र महोत्सवको उद्घाटनको घोषणा पनि म गर्न चाहन्छु.
In the past, we used to organize the events with physical presence, but because of this COVID-19, we had to organize this event virtually. I'm so happy that this event is taking place, and I announce the beginning of this event now.
मानव अधिकार कुनै घेरामा सीमित छैन, यो व्यापक दायरामा छ र यसले कुनै राजनीतिक विचारधारा, कुनै धर्म, कुनै संस्कृति, कुनै वर्ण, कुनै लिङ्ग भन्दा मानव अधिकार अत्यन्तै माथि हुन्छ. त्यसकारण विश्व मानव समुदायले आज मानव अधिकारलाई आफ्नो साझा मुद्दाको रूपमा स्वीकार गरेका छन्.
Human rights is the supreme element of humanity, so it always sits above religions, castes, creeds, gender, and all political ideologies. Therefore, the world community and all humanity has taken it as the most important principle of our life.
तर दुनियाँका राजनीतिक द्वन्द्वहरू, ध्रुवीकरण, साथै जात, धर्म, लिङ्ग, वर्ण र आतंकवादी क्रियाकलापहरूको कारणले आज विश्व मानव समुदायमा मानव अधिकार अत्यन्तै दयनीय र चिन्तित अवस्थामा पुगेको हामी सबैलाई थाहा नै छ।
We are all realizing that human rights violations are taking place because of terrorist activities, because of different kinds of discriminations taking place in different parts of the world. So we have realized the human rights situation is still in pathetic plight.
हाम्रो नेपाल सरकार संविधानत मानव अधिकारलाई विश्वव्यापी मान्यताको रूपमा स्थापित गर्दै नेपालका सबै मानिसहरूको चाहे त्यो कुनै राजनीतिक विचारधारामा आबद्ध हुन्, कुनै धर्म, कुनै संस्कृति, कुनै भाषा, कुनै लिङ्ग वर्णमा आबद्ध हुन्, सबैको मानव अधिकार रक्षामा नेपाल सरकार प्रतिबद्ध छ र त्यस क्रममा थुप्रै अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सन्धि अभिसन्धिहरूमा नेपालको तर्फबाट हामीले हस्ताक्षर गरेका छौं र त्यसको कार्यान्वयनमा सरकार प्रतिबद्ध रहेको यहाँहरू सबैलाई निवेदन गर्न चाहन्छु।
Government of Nepal expresses full commitment for safeguarding human rights, irrespective of gender, irrespective of religions, irrespective of caste, creed, political ideology, and all different kinds of communities. And we abide by international conventions and treaties, and we have expressed our commitment for full obedience to human rights in the world.
विश्वमा कोभिड-19 का कारणले जुन प्रतिकूलता सिर्जना भएको छ, यसबाट कतिपय ठाउँहरूमा मानव अधिकारको विषय पनि प्रखर बनेर आएको छ र कतिपय ठाउँहरूमा मानव अधिकारका गम्भीर उल्लङ्घनहरू भएका छन्, समयमा सूचनाहरू प्राप्त भएका छैनन् र कोभिड-19 को नियन्त्रण रोकथाममा कतिपय ठाउँहरूमा जुन तवरले राज्यले सरकारले तदर्थ देखाउनु पर्ने थियो त्यो नदेखाउँदा थुप्रै मानिसहरूको जीवन जोखिममा पर्नु निश्चितै पनि दुःखदायी अवस्था हो।
We can feel that human rights violations, some have also appeared over these COVID years, and in different parts of the world we have seen human rights not properly put in place due to late information or in delaying the information and actions, especially in addressing the COVID problems. And we have realized that this human rights situation has also suffered a little bit more even during the COVID-19 events or situations.
यहाँहरू सबैले विभिन्न सञ्चार माध्यमहरूबाट थाहा पाउनु भएको छ, नेपाल सरकारले कोभिड-19 बाट पीडित भएका मानिसहरूको उपचार र कोभिड-19 को रोकथाम र नियन्त्रणमा कुनै पक्षधरता नलिकन सबै नागरिकहरूलाई समान व्यवहार गर्दै आएको छ र त्यसको प्रतिफल हामीले कोभिड-19 बाट नेपाली नागरिकहरूलाई जोगाउन कम भन्दा कम क्षति हुन क्षतिमा राख्नको निम्ति सफल भएका छौं र यसमा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय संघ संस्था समुदायको समेत हामीलाई सहयोग प्राप्त भएको छ। आजको यस मञ्चबाट पनि म उहाँहरू सबैलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु।
Government of Nepal expresses gratitude to international communities for supporting us in combating and fighting this COVID problem here. And we have treated all citizens in Nepal equally, and we have left no stone unturned to make this medication, testing, and all possible things for COVID available to every citizen across the country.
चलचित्र कुनै पनि समाजको प्रतिबिम्ब हो। यो समाजका प्रत्येक पक्षहरूलाई चलचित्रले आफ्नो कथावस्तु बनाएको हुन्छ र एउटा जीवन्त प्रस्तुति मार्फत मानिसहरूलाई देखाएको हुन्छ र त्यसले मानिसहरूलाई प्रत्येक समाजको बारेमा बुझ्न, त्यो समाजको इतिहास बुझ्न र त्यो समाजको आजको वर्तमान अवस्था बुझ्नलाई चलचित्रले धेरै महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका खेलेको हुन्छ।
Films are the mirrors of society, and we get to learn about society, their history, the present situation, and how society is moving, the progress. So everything can be understood with the film. So film is a very important tool for understanding the social dynamics.
तर यसमा हामीले ध्यान दिनुपर्ने एउटा कुरा छ कि पछिल्लो दिनमा विश्वव्यापी रूपमा फैलिरहेको नवउदारवादले प्रत्येक कुरालाई आफ्नो व्यापारको रूपमा, व्यवसायको रूपमा र नाफा नोक्सानको रूपमा हेर्न थालेको सन्दर्भमा विश्वका ठूला चलचित्र उद्योगहरू पनि त्यसबाट प्रभावित बनिरहनु दुःखको कुरा हो।
And we also feel the growing neoliberalism in the world. Everything is observed in the parameters of profit and loss, which has also put some problems, especially to film industry worldwide.
जसको कारणले समाजमा पछाडि परेका पछाडि पारिएका वर्ग समुदाय लिङ्गका समस्याहरूलाई जसरी चलचित्रले उद्धृत गर्नु पर्थ्यो प्रस्फुटित गर्नु पर्थ्यो त्यस्तो कुरामा ठूला चलचित्र उद्योगहरू चुकिरहेको जस्तो हामीलाई महसुस हुन्छ।
We also feel because of this, the society should have been reflected, the backward communities, scheduled communities, marginalized people, their voice should have been heard, and it appears the bigger film industries are also somewhere lacking to grasp that momentum as well.
मलाई विश्वास छ कि यो खालको कार्यक्रमहरूले त्यस्ता सामाजिक उत्पीडनमा परेका पछाडि परेका समुदायका कथा व्यथाहरूलाई र त्यो समाजको चरित्रहरूलाई एउटा जीवन्त प्रस्तुतिको रूपमा चलचित्र माध्यमबाट समाजमा ल्याउनेछ र एउटा सामाजिक न्यायको पक्षमा चलचित्रको माध्यमबाट समेत जनचेतना फैलाउन जनजागरण उत्पन्न गर्न जनमत निर्माण गर्न यस्ता फर्महरूले पक्कै पनि बल पुर्याउनेछन् भन्ने विश्वास म लिन चाहन्छु।
I'm confident the event like this will always buttress the social equality, and it will generate social awareness, and it will speak the voice of the marginalized people, and it will definitely advocate the equality, liberalism, and equity for the people living in society.
यहाँहरु सबैलाई थाहा छ नेपालमा सामाजिक सांस्कृतिक हिसाबले अनगिन्ती फिल्महरू बन्न सक्ने कथावस्तुहरू छन्। प्राकृतिक हिसाबले नेपाल अत्यन्तै सुन्दर छ र कुनै पनि अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय फिल्महरू समेत नेपालमा छायाङ्कन हुन र नेपाली समाजलाई उद्धृत गर्न यहाँहरूले सक्नुहुनेछ। त्यस क्रममा नेपाल सरकारको तर्फबाट यहाँहरूलाई सक्दो सहयोग हुने प्रतिबद्धता म राख्न चाहन्छु।
You know, Nepal has so many stories to tell. There are a lot of stories, innumerable stories, which are available in Nepal. And I believe your international film community will come and shoot in Nepal and collect the stories and depict them through this film platform. Government of Nepal expresses full commitment and support and cooperation to you.
फेरि एकपटक यो 8औं नेपाल मानव अधिकार अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय चलचित्र महोत्सवको भव्य सफलताको शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु र यस क्रममा 29 देशबाट प्रदर्शन हुने करिब 50 भन्दा बढी चलचित्रहरूको प्रदर्शनको निम्ति पनि म शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु र यी चलचित्र प्रदर्शनहरूले विश्वका मानव जातिहरूको ध्यान आकर्षण गर्नेछ भन्ने विश्वास सहित यो कार्यक्रमको भव्य सफलताको शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्दै मलाई यो कार्यक्रममा उपस्थित हुने र केही शब्द राख्ने अवसर दिनुभएकोमा यो कार्यक्रमका संयोजक अरुणदेव जोशी लगायत सबै साथीहरू पाण्डव खत्रीजी लगायत सबै साथीहरूलाई म हार्दिक धन्यवाद व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु।
I'm very pleased to learn that over 50 films are being screened from more than 29 countries, representing different parts of the world. And these films will be very successful. And I wish this film festival a grand success. And the organizer, Pandav Khatri, Arundel Joshi, and all the team deserve special appreciation for making this event happen here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for celebrating this 8th edition of the Nepal Human Rights International Film Festival. यहाँप्रति हामी धेरै आभारी छौँ यहाँले यसरी उपस्थित भइदिएर हामीलाई साथ सहयोग दिनुभएकोमा। भविष्यमा पनि यस्ता साथ सहयोगको अपेक्षा सहित यहाँप्रति पुनः कृतज्ञता ज्ञापन गर्छु। As you know, and as our festival chair has already said, we have been very we have get support from different agencies, organizations in the past or during this festival and others. Where I would like to thank them all, especially the European Union, who has come on board to support us this virtual 8th edition, the International Organization of Migration, International Committee of Juries, the Lincoln University, and many other organizations, those who have come to support us during this festival and all the earlier festivals. And we are very grateful towards the National Human Rights Commission, who has been always part of this festival since its first edition. We have been always organizing this together. So thank you, NHRC, for supporting us for so long. After this, I would like to request the President of Film Development Board, Mr. Dayaram Dahal, for his remarks at this opening ceremony.
Just 1 second, because of my another program, so I'm leaving from here. So I could not attend the full session. For that, I am very, excuse me.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for joining us here. So हामी एकदम आभारी छौँ यहाँप्रति, धन्यवाद यहाँको उपस्थितिको लागि। अब यसपछि म दयाराम दाहाल सरलाई आफ्नो मन्तव्यको लागि अनुरोध गरेँ।
नमस्कार, आवाज आएको छ?
आएको छ सर।
यस कार्यक्रमका अध्यक्षज्यू, प्रमुख अतिथि माननीय संस्कृति पर्यटन तथा नागरिक उड्डयन मन्त्री ज्यू, प्रोफेसर लिङ्कन युनिभर्सिटीका प्रतिनिधि, युरोपियन युनियनका लागि नेपालका राजदूत, जर्मन एम्बेसडर लगायत उपस्थित सम्पूर्ण विशिष्ट व्यक्तित्वहरूमा सर्वप्रथम चलचित्र विकास बोर्डको तर्फबाट हार्दिक अभिवादन टक्राउन चाहन्छु। मलाई के कुरामा खुसी लागेको छ भने 8औं नेपाल मानव अधिकार अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय चलचित्र महोत्सवको यो उद्घाटन सत्रमा चलचित्र विकास बोर्डको तर्फबाट केही शब्द राख्ने मौका दिनुभयो र यो कार्यक्रममा चलचित्र विकास बोर्डलाई पनि सहभागी हुने जुन एउटा सहकार्य गर्ने मौका दिनुभएकोमा अरुणदेव जोशी, पाण्डव खत्री सबैलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र मैले अरुणजीलाई भने यसलाई ट्रान्सलेट गर्नु पर्यो भने तपाईले गरिदिनु होला। अघिल्लो वर्षसम्म हामीले भौतिक रूपमा उपस्थित भएर जुन भव्यताका साथ यी कार्यक्रमहरू सम्पन्न गरेका थियौं, यस वर्ष कोभिड-19 को कारण त्यो भौतिक उपस्थिति रहन पाएन, तैपनि भर्चुअल रूपमा हामीले जुन कार्यक्रम यहाँहरूले जुन सञ्चालन गर्नुभएको छ, पक्कै पनि सुन्ने अवस्थामा पुगेको चलचित्र क्षेत्रलाई यसले एउटा ऊर्जा थपेको छ। मलाई के लागिरहेको छ भने अब बिस्तारै यो भर्चुअलबाट हामी बाहिर निस्कने छौं र चलचित्रका गतिविधिहरूलाई भौतिक रूपमा नै अगाडि ल्याउने छौं भन्ने पनि मैले आशा गरेको छु र चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले यस्ता कार्यक्रममा निरन्तर सहयोग गर्नेछ र मैले अझ बढी भन्दा बढी क्रिएटिभ कार्यक्रमहरू होस् भन्ने चाहेको छु चलचित्र विकास बोर्डबाट। त्यसैलाई आधार मानेर भर्खरै हामीले चलचित्रको अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय प्रवर्धनको लागि नयाँ कार्यविधि पनि निर्माण गरेका छौं जुन चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले पारित गरेको छ, जसले गर्दा इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट फिल्म मेकरहरूलाई अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय प्रतिस्पर्धामा जाने चलचित्रहरूको लागि एउटा सहज बाटो चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले बनाएको यो कुरा मैले पहिलोचोटि यो कार्यक्रम मार्फत घोषणा गर्न पाउँदा मलाई खुसी लागेको छ। यसमा अरुणदेव जोशी पनि एउटा पार्टनर हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले यो विषयमा अझ डिस्क्राइब गर्नुहोला। र त्यो सँगसँगै नेपाल वास्तवमै कथाहरूको खानी हो, ती कथाहरू उत्खनन हुन सकेका छैनन्, ती कथाहरूलाई हामीले उत्खनन गर्नुपर्छ, त्यसमा राज्यको पनि एउटा सहयोग हुनुपर्छ भन्ने उद्देश्यले एउटा स्टोरी ब्याङ्क कथा संग्रहालयको जुन अवधारणा चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले ल्याएको छ, त्यसले विशिष्ट प्रकृतिका कथाहरूलाई राज्यले निर्माणमै सहयोग गर्नुपर्छ, यिनीहरूलाई अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय रूपमा प्रवर्धन गर्नको लागि सहयोग गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने जुन मेरो सोचाइ थियो, त्यसलाई पनि चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले कार्यविधि बनाएको पनि आज पहिलोचोटि मैले घोषणा गर्न पाएँ। यसले गर्दा इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट फिल्म मेकरहरू, जो सिनेमा पढिरहनु भएका जो मेकरहरू हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूको लागि एउटा प्लेटफर्म खुल्ला भएको घोषणा गर्दछु। चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले लेखनदेखिका विषयहरूमा विज्ञता उपलब्ध गराउने विषयमादेखि लिएर राम्रा विषयवस्तुलाई चाहिँ राज्यको लगानी हुनुपर्छ, राज्यले सहनिर्माणमा जानुपर्छ भन्ने एउटा अवधारणाको बाटो खुलेको छ। र त्यो सँगसँगै चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले नेपाल सरकारको नीति तथा कार्यक्रम अनुसार फिल्मिङ इन नेपाल कार्यक्रमलाई विश्वव्यापी रूपमा लैजाने जुन प्रयास गरेको छ, हामीले लोकेसन गाइडको माध्यमबाट र यसको भिडियो क्लिप्सहरू पनि हामीले बनाइरहेका छौं, भिडियो प्रमोसनहरू पनि हामीले बनाइरहेका छौं। फिल्मिङ इन नेपाल कार्यक्रम चाहिँ को लोकेसन गाइड चलचित्र विकास बोर्डको वेबसाइटमा आइ नै सकेको छ जसले अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय फिल्म प्रवर्धनमा इन्टरनेसनल मेकरहरूलाई नेपालमा चाहिँ फिल्म छायाङ्कनका लागि आमन्त्रित पनि गरेको छ र आवश्यक सहजीकरणको लागि जो इन्टरनेसनल फिल्म मेकरहरूलाई नेपालमा अफिसियल रूपमा कहीँ समस्या उत्पन्न भएको भन्ने मैले सुनेको छु र त्यसको लागि सम्पूर्ण सहजीकरण चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले गर्नेछ। निर्धक्कका साथ आज अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय प्रतिनिधिहरू पनि भएको यो मञ्चमा मैले यो कुरा भनिरहेको छु, निर्धक्कका साथ नेपालमा छायाङ्कनका लागि आउनुहोस्। हामी यहाँहरूलाई आवश्यक पर्ने सरकारी सहायता सहजीकरणका लागि चलचित्र विकास बोर्डबाट कुनै पनि कसर बाँकी राख्ने छैनौँ र ट्याक्स रिबेटका कुराहरू पनि उठेका छन्, त्यसलाई पनि मैले सहजीकरण गर्ने प्रयास गरिरहेको छु। पक्कै पनि नेपाल आफैमा एउटा अभूतपूर्व आउटडोर छायाङ्कन स्थल हो, जुन एउटा पृथ्वीको धरतीको स्वर्ग हो। त्यसले गर्दा निर्धक्कका साथ चलचित्र छायाङ्कनका लागि आमन्त्रण पनि गर्दछु इन्टरनेसनल फिल्म मेकरहरूलाई र सँगसँगै यो कार्यक्रमले आज सुन्ने अवस्थामा पुगेको नेपाली चलचित्र क्षेत्रमा एउटा हामी सुतेका छैनौँ, हामी निदाएका छैनौँ, हामी कोभिडबाट डराएका छैनौँ, हामी भागेका छैनौँ, यसको लडाईँ परिस्थिति अनुसार हामी लडिरहेका छौँ भन्ने जुन सन्देश प्रवाह गर्ने प्रयास गरेको छ यो कार्यक्रमले, चलचित्र विकास बोर्डको तर्फबाट धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। यसले चलचित्र कर्मीहरूमा पक्कै पनि उत्साह थप्नेछ। यहाँ 29 देशका 52वटा 50 भन्दा बढी चलचित्रहरूको सहभागिता जुन भएको भन्ने मैले देखेको सुनेको छु र मलाई त्यो इन्फर्मेसन आएको छ, यसले झन् म उत्साहित भएको छु। पक्कै पनि हामीले हाम्रा कथाहरू अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय रूपमा प्रवर्धन गर्ने एउटा मौका पनि हो र उहाँहरूका चलचित्रहरू बन्ने शैलीलाई पछ्याउने एउटा अवसर पनि हो। अवसर भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि यो कार्यक्रमलाई मैले बहुत उत्साहका साथ हेरिरहेको छु। म पुनः एकपटक चलचित्र विकास बोर्डलाई यो मौका प्रदान गर्नुभएकोमा अरुणदेव जोशी, पाण्डव खत्री लगायत सम्पूर्ण यो ह्युमन राइट फिल्म सेन्टरलाई चलचित्र विकास बोर्डको तर्फबाट यो कार्यक्रमको सफलताको लागि मुरी शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु र आगामी दिनमा पनि हामी सहकार्य गर्नेछौँ र अन्य सेक्टरबाट पनि चलचित्र क्षेत्रलाई चलायमान गराउन चलचित्र विकास बोर्डले प्रयास गरिरहेको छ। यो प्रयासमा यहाँहरूको पनि हातेमालो सहयोग सुझाव रहन्छ भन्ने आशा गर्दै पुनः एकपटक चलचित्र विकास बोर्डको तर्फबाट कार्यक्रमको शुभकामनाको सफलताको शुभकामना दिन चाहन्छु र म एकचोटि के पनि भन्न चाहन्छु भने मलाई मन्त्रालयमा मिटिङ भएको कारणले आजको फुल सेसनमा बस्न म पुनः एकपटक शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्दै बिदा हुन चाहन्छु। अरुणजीलाई मेरा भनाइहरूलाई ट्रान्सलेट गरेर इन्टरनेसनल कम्युनिटीमा पुर्याइदिनु होला। फिल्मिङ इन नेपाल कार्यक्रमको बारेमा पनि जानकारी गराइदिनु होला। सहजीकरण बोर्डले गर्ने विषयमा हामी पोजिटिभ छौँ र इन्टरनेसनल मेकरहरूलाई नेपालमा आउनुको लागि र नेपाली कथाहरूमा लगानी गर्नुको लागि पनि बाटो खुला छ भन्ने जानकारी गराइदिनु होला भन्दै कार्यक्रमको पूर्ण शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद। नमस्ते।
Dhanyavad, Dayaram Dal, sir. I would like to request the festival chair Arundev Joshi to summarize his remarks in English.
Thank you, Rene. First of all, like Dayaram Dal, or President of the Film Development Board, Dayaram Dal, said that he is always Film Development Board is already ready to support filmmakers in every aspect. And he categorically he mentioned two new initiatives that Film Development Board have recently launched. One is to support the filmmakers who are whose film are selected in the reputed film festival around the world. They have different categories made, and they will support the filmmakers to go to those festivals. They are supporting financially, so the more representation from Nepal could be there in the International Film Festival. Apart from that, Film Festival Board is supporting the Nepali filmmakers whose film are selected in different film development labs around the world. So they have categorized some few labs around the world, and if any filmmakers whose film is selected over there applies to the Film Development Board to get the support, they will be getting the support. And apart from that, other thing is that they have come up with the idea of the storyboard. So the idea of the storyboard is that story bank. Actually, a story bank is that the every year film development will be supporting certain amount of feature film, documentary film, and short films with that those who apply to the film festival, and those who apply are seems to be capable, like they are promoting the things, culture to Nepalese culture, Nepali society, and that the film that are based on Nepalese issues, they will be supporting them. And apart from that, he wants to say the international community, participants from the international world around that Nepal is open for the filming, and there is a program already launched, is filming in Nepal. So he invites all the filming community from around the world to come to Nepal and to shoot the film over here. And he even assured that every support will be given from the Film Development Board. Apart from that, even he is planning to promote the tax rebates as well. So it's still not done yet, but he has an agenda and he's working for it. Hopefully, it will be done soon. So he says, as a Nepal itself is a studio. Whole Nepal is like a studio. Everybody from around the world can come over here and shoot, and with full support of Nepal Film Development Board and filming community in Nepal. So, apart from that, he's very much glad that 29 countries are representing in this festival, and more than 50 films are there. And it is a great opportunity to be a participant in such a kind of festival from the Film Development Board. And he has assured every support to this festival and such initiative in Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dayaram Dahal, the President of Field Development Board, for remarks, and thank you, Festival Chair, for summarizing it. Without losing any more time, I would like to request Her Excellency Nona Depri, European Union delegation to Nepal, the guest of honor for this inauguration event, for her remarks and kind words. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Namaste and good morning to all, dear distinguished guests and speakers. I'm really pleased and honored to be with you for this inaugural session of the 8th Nepal Human Rights International Film Festival. And this film festival, which we have been supporting for many years, comes 2 days after the approval of the new European Human Rights Action Plan by the European Council, representing 28 heads of state. And as already said by the minister just before me, today, protecting human rights is of the utmost importance. Indeed, every time the fundamental rights of one individual are under attack, the generic rights of the whole mankind are under attack. And it is even more vital today, in particular, although it has always been vital and to protect and to illustrate human rights, but we have unfortunately seen already before this pandemic a significant backsliding of human rights all around the world. And today there are many countries which are authoritarian states, representing nearly half of mankind. And then there is also a mass disinformation campaign targeting the other part of the world. So it is really of the utmost importance to stand up for human rights and democracy. Today, so many autocrats may misuse the pandemic to shrink public space, to shrink checks and balances, to shrink public expression and the participative process. So today, human rights, rule of law and democracy, they are part and parcel of the same and the heart of the recovery process after the pandemic. And efficient and effective civil society will help governments to deliver better in order to recover faster from the pandemic and also to achieve the sustainable development goals sooner. And the recovery and prevention of further diseases will also go hand in hand with good democratic governance because it enables more efficient instruments. So today, in these times of uncertainty and in this contested world of battle of narratives, a festival like yours really contributes to the illustration of the importance of human rights and to raise the awareness and hopefully also the commitment of people. And they also illustrate that it's important that people continue to do, individuals continue their underground work, organizations and community, everything they do to secure human rights and each person's right to exist and to protect the rights that we sometimes take for granted. And it is really, it also stresses the need for justice, for redress. It also highlights the need for dignity for those who stand up and who defend human rights, and also for those who can forgive, of course. This is very important everywhere and also in Nepal. Those who defend human rights take immense risks, but ultimately the idea is really that these risks could lead to a better and more secure world for all. And this is where you can find in the European Union a friend and a reliable and long-standing and trustworthy ally and partner, as the European Union is really funded on a strong commitment to promote and to protect human rights and rule of law in our own countries, but also abroad, and working together. So this is why I'm very happy to be here with you this morning, although I must admit that I cannot stay for long. And I would like to really congratulate the organizers once again for making this happen this year, despite the challenges posed, but also because it is so important to have this festival this year, and also to congratulate the artists for their creativity, their sensitivity, and their commitment. And I will surely see and watch with great pleasure many of the movies that will be screened. I wish you a really pleasant screening and hope to meet you soon also in person. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the European Union delegation to Nepal, for your kind words and your support to us. We have been working for the past few years with European Union to jointly partner in this event, this festival, which has materialized this year. So we are very grateful towards the delegation of the European Union in Nepal and through it to all the people of the European Union. Thank you, Your Excellency, again, and thank you, European Union, for your support to this festival. And hopefully we'll continue this support for many years to come. Thank you. This festival, especially is film festival, and which would not be ever possible without the contributions and support of the filmmakers from around the world who submit films to in our festivals to different platforms, different channels. So I'd like to thank all the filmmakers who have submitted the films, who agreed to organize this festival online and provide their films, although there were some concerns about the safety and security of their films, the copyright and other piracy issues, but we have done as much as possible based on technology and partnered with the Chalchitra TV, which we found very much secured for organizing the showcasing films online. And for that, I would also like to thank the Chalchitra TV team for partnering with us in this festival. Now I'd like to request the Chief of Mission for Nepal of the International Organization of Migration, Mrs. Lorena Lando, for her remarks and thanking you for your support. Ma'am, please.
Thank you. Namaskar to everybody. I hope you can hear me. Really, good morning to everybody, and definitely to the organizer. I really applaud you for this, for your effort, for pursuing the organization of the 8th Nepal Human Rights International Film Festival, despite all the challenges, but finding alternatives to the traditional way of holding the festival, all respecting COVID-19 guidelines to avoid the spreading of the virus. We all have to play a part, and I think you definitely play major parts also in continuing pursuing raising awareness on human rights, engaging, and I think I'm very pleased to see that there are 29 countries getting involved in this year festival with 53 screening. You actually reaching out with this new version, virtual version, you're reaching out to far more, to the entire world with your movies. So it is extraordinary. I think at this time when people don't have as much physical connectivities as we were used to, you still can bring a lot of food for thought, and a lot of bonding at the same time. When we talk about human rights, we talk about fundamental rights that everybody must have and must enjoy. These are based on, on a chart that all the world, all the United Nations member states have actually signed up to, and where there is a work to be done every single day. But with cultures, we are ready to bring it up to a very different level and across generations. I think that sometimes some of the violation of human rights is also based on total ignorance. Definitely there is legislation. We need to implement our legislation, to put it into practice. But I think raising awareness of the violation and what doesn't work, and at the same time also what works best, and learning through documentary, through movies, it really helps to bring the words much closer to each and every one of us. So I'm really honored to be here with you for this 8th edition that is actually, again, bringing to us as IOM, the International Organization for Migration, the UN Agency for Migration, is where sometimes, unfortunately, migrants are also left out of those fundamental rights. So the issues is very close to at heart for us in terms of making sure that nobody is left behind when it comes to fundamental rights. With the COVID, we also saw, for instance, access to health. Access to health is a fundamental right. So it doesn't mean whether you are a citizen or not citizen of the countries where you are currently living in, that you have access or not to health. We all need to be. If we are not all good, nobody is well. So the issues of enjoying and having an inclusive society is essential. And I think that, again, through filmmakers that bring this voice and of the voiceless, sometimes that's actually helping us more in the reflection and how we can move forward. The engagement is from everybody, definitely the government, definitely social, civil society that can put can bring advocacy and also reflections in there even further. And this is extremely important. So I find that the program is particularly rich this year. The beauty of having 24 hours to kind of have access to a movie, so that it allows many people to actually join and look at the other films, but also making sure that this work and raising awareness on human rights is key. Again, as I said, migrants sometimes are left out of this, and I think that it's also important that we all have our accountability in terms of making sure that these efforts continues. For us, the participation in this festival this year is also thanks to a project that is funded by Thailand, that agree and enjoy to say, okay, we want to support this communication and efforts in awareness raising. Really, I don't want to take too much of the time, but I want to say that good that we are partners on this, and we will continue to be partner of this. I know we will have the occasion to celebrate the launch of our IOM Film Festival on migration that starts on the 30th of November with you. So we are really looking forward and to continue on this partnership and making sure that the voice is there, and culture plays a massive role, and sometimes is underestimated how far it can go. So I applaud you for all your work, and I really wish you a very successful festival this year. Despite all the challenges, you made it happen, and I think this is congratulating the organizers and all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lando, for your remarks. And I would like to recall on this occasion that we used to organize this film festival with some specific theme. The 7th edition, the last edition of the festival, was focused on the theme of migration. And this year, this edition, because it is virtual and we could not focus on this one kind of theme, so we had to do it in January. And I'd also like to inform you all that we are going to partner with the Global Migration Film Festival this year, and on the last day of this festival, on the November 30th, we have done a discussion on these issues here also. So thank you, Slando, for your remarks. This is not only a film festival, it's not a kind of other festivals. It's specific with the theme of human rights, and then we have also partnered with all human rights, many of the human rights organizations and many human rights defenders have joined here with us at the ceremony. So I'd like to thank all of them for their support, not only for this year, but all the year since for the last 10 years, their support and their collaboration has made us very contributed to our success, and they have we are very grateful towards their support. On that note, I'd now like to request Ms. Ananda Breed, Professor Ananda Breed from the Lincoln University from UK, who is joining us from there right now. Apart from being in the university, she also heads the Mobile Arts for Peace project, with the project which focus on using of different art forms to promote peace, human rights, and cultural harmony. The project is being conducted in 4 countries: Nepal, Indonesia, Rwanda, and Tajikistan. And we are very happy, as the Human Rights Film Center is very happy to be partnering with on that project also. So we are thanking Professor Ananda for your support. I would like to request you for remarks on this inauguration ceremony.
Namaskar. I want to thank Vishnu Khatri and Human Rights Film Center for inviting me to speak today and to stand witness to the wonderful work that you've done alongside the organizers, the filmmakers, and the respondents, or those who have shared their stories for us to learn about varied human rights issues. Mobile Arts for Peace aims to provide a comparative approach on the use of interdisciplinary arts-based research methods for peace building in Kyrgyzstan, Rwanda, Indonesia, and Nepal. MAP has the overall goals of first, influencing curricula and approaches to working within and out of school youth to address global challenges and human rights violations. And second, creating structures and modes of communication between youth and policymakers from the local to global, using arts-based approaches for this two-way system of communication. In terms of why arts, what does art contribute to this dialogue? Arts-based methods allows an alternative kind of a space for individuals to come together and form new kinds of relationships post-conflict. Arts-based methods provide a platform for communication and expression. Arts-based methods can navigate power relations, particularly in relationship to gender or age. Arts-based methods can enhance understanding of oneself and other. Arts-based methods can help us imagine and create solutions to the issues that we face. Within the Mobile Arts for Peace project, particularly during this time of the pandemic, our projects in the 4 countries have used mobile phones for mobile filmmaking, working with local filmmakers. Our young people have used mobile phones as a research tool to audio record interviews, focus groups, to capture images through photography, to create films, and to disseminate their research and their stories through films. The youth-led filmmaking has been used as a tool to create a two-way form of communication between young people and policymakers in order to communicate to policymakers and decision makers the issues that they face, and hopefully for policymakers to be able to communicate back to the young people how they will address those issues. So in summary, I wanted to communicate the benefit of filmmaking, particularly for young people, as a method of communication, and also as a method for advocacy and activism to change some of these issues that the young people face in their lives towards a more hopeful future. I want to congratulate you on the success of launching the film festival online, and again to thank you for our partnership and our continued work together.
Thank you, Professor Breed, for your remarks and support to the film festival and also to the Human Rights Center. We will definitely work together and get some success and contribute towards the peace building in the entire country and entire globe. Thank you, Professor Breed, for your remarks. As I said earlier, we have been very fortunate to have the support of the National Human Rights Commission since the beginning of this festival. So हामीले राष्ट्रिय मानवाधिकार आयोगबाट यति धेरै सहयोग समर्थन र निरन्तर साथ पाएका छौँ। हामी त्यसमा हामीलाई एकदम गर्व छ र राष्ट्रिय मानवाधिकार आयोगप्रति हामी धेरै नै कृतज्ञ छौँ। त्यसका लागि यस अघिका हाम्रा सबै फेस्टिभलका कार्यक्रमहरू राष्ट्रिय मानवाधिकार आयोगका अध्यक्षले नै उद्घाटन गर्नुभएको थियो। यस पटक विशेष परिस्थितिका कारण त्यो चाहिँ सम्भव हुन सकेन। त्यसैले हामीसँग हाम्रो विशिष्ट अतिथिको रूपमा राष्ट्रिय मानवाधिकार आयोगका सचिव श्रीमान वेद प्रसाद भट्टराईज्यू हुनुहुन्छ। Our guest of honor, Mr. Ved Prasad Bhattarai, the Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission. I would like to request him for his remarks, and sorry that we have passed a little more than with the time designated. So I hope he after that session.
हजुर धन्यवाद हिरण्यजी। नेपाल ह्युमन राइट फिल्म फेस्टिभलका अध्यक्षज्यू, मान्य मन्त्रीज्यू गइसक्नु भएको छ। मान्य मन्त्रीज्यू प्रमुख अतिथि हुनुहुन्थ्यो। युरोपियन युनियनका नेपालको लागि राजदूत महोदय नोना, त्यसपछि लिङ्कन युनिभर्सिटीका प्रोफेसर ब्रिडज्यू, आइओएमका प्रतिनिधि, चलचित्र विकास बोर्डका अध्यक्ष दयाराम दाहालज्यू लगायत सम्पूर्ण साथीहरू, पाण्डवजी, अरुणजी लगायत उपस्थित सम्पूर्ण साथीहरू, सर्वप्रथम यो फिल्म फेस्टिभल जुन आयोजना गर्नुभएको छ साथीहरूले राष्ट्रिय मानवाधिकार आयोगको सहकार्यमा, यसको लागि म साथीहरूको इनिसिएसनको लागि आयोगको तर्फबाट सर्वप्रथम विशेष धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र आयोगलाई पनि सँगसँगै लिएर हिँड्नु भएकोमा आभार व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु। अब यस वर्ष विशेष परिस्थितिले अघि हिरण्यजीले भन्नुभयो कि राष्ट्रिय मानवाधिकार आयोगमा पदाधिकारीहरूको अहिले रिक्त अवस्था छ। चाँडै नै संवैधानिक परिषदले त्यसको परिपूर्ति गर्ला। त्यो नभएको हुँदा आयोगको अधिकार प्रत्यायोजन गरिएको अवस्था छ। सचिवलाई नै सबै अधिकारहरू, अध्यक्षको अधिकार लगायत। त्यस अर्थमा पनि यो कार्यक्रममा सहभागी हुन पाएको म खुसी प्रकट गर्दछु। खास गरेर मानवाधिकारको मूल उद्देश्य भनेको विश्व समुदायमै अथवा नेपाली समाजमा अथवा कुनै पनि समाजमा मानवाधिकार संस्कृतिको विकास गर्नु नै यसको ध्येय हो, अन्तिम उद्देश्य हो। र यो उद्देश्य प्राप्तिको लागि आयोगले विभिन्न किसिमका माध्यमहरू अपनाएर जान्छ र फिल्म चलचित्र एउटा यस्तो माध्यम हो जसले चाहिँ सिङ्गो समाज परिवर्तनको लागि महत्त्वपूर्ण योगदान पुर्याइरहेको हुन्छ। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि हाम्रो देशमा बनेका चलचित्रहरू र अन्य देशमा, अन्य समाजमा बनिरहेका चलचित्रहरूले त्यो देशको मानवाधिकारको संरक्षण र सम्वर्धनको लागि, मानवाधिकार संस्कृति निर्माणको लागि कस्तो भूमिका खेलिरहेको छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यस्ता अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय फिल्म फेस्टिभलहरूको आयोजनाद्वारा एक किसिमको रिभ्यू हुने र त्यसमा समीक्षा गर्न सकिने, त्यसमा पुनर्विचार र चाहिँ परिमार्जन गर्न सकिने सम्भावनाहरू रहन्छ। यसले हाम्रो दृष्टिकोणलाई पनि फराकिलो पार्ने सम्भावनाहरू रहन्छ। विश्वको एउटा कुनामा कसरी चाहिँ चलचित्रहरूले मानव सभ्यतालाई, मानव संस्कृतिको विकासको लागि योगदान पुर्याइरहेका छन् भन्ने कुरालाई एउटा दृष्टान्तको रूपमा लिएर नेपाली चलचित्रले पनि नेपाली समुदाय र यसले पनि विश्व समुदायलाई आफ्नो कस्तो छाप छोड्न सक्छ भन्ने एउटा प्रतिस्पर्धात्मक कुराहरू पनि मानसपटलमा आउन सक्दछन्। यो सबै कुराहरू आयोजकहरूले ध्यान दिएर गर्नुभएको छ भन्ने विश्वास राख्दछु र यस वर्षको यो फेस्टिभलमा पनि 29 वटा देशका 50 भन्दा बढी चलचित्रहरू चाहिँ प्रदर्शनमा राखिने भएको हुँदा यसबाट हामीले धेरै सिक्न सक्ने सम्भावनाहरू रहन्छ भन्ने विश्वास व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु। राष्ट्रिय मानव अधिकार आयोगले सन् 2010 देखि नै अब ह्युमन राइट यो फेस्टिभलमा सहभागिता जनाउँदै आएको छ र विशेष गरेर पाण्डवजी र अरुणजीहरूले जुन सक्रियता देखाउनु भएको छ त्यो हामी हृदयदेखि नै प्रशंसा गर्दछौँ। र मानव अधिकार आयोगको रणनीतिक योजनामा पनि घर घरमा मानव अधिकार पुर्याउने भन्ने उद्देश्य राखिएको छ र घर घरमा मानव अधिकारको विषय कसरी पुर्याउन सकिन्छ, कसरी जातीय विभेदका कुराहरूलाई अन्त्य गर्ने अथवा महिला हिंसा विरुद्धको कुराहरू, महिलाप्रतिको सम्मानका कुराहरू, सुशासनका कुराहरू, बालबालिकाका अधिकारका कुराहरू, ज्येष्ठ नागरिकका कुराहरू लगायत राजनीतिक सन्दर्भहरू कतिपय अवस्थामा मनोरञ्जनको ढङ्गबाट पनि प्रस्तुत गर्न सकिने हुँदा घर घरमा मानव अधिकारको अवधारणालाई पुर्याउन चलचित्रहरूले चाहिँ महत्त्वपूर्ण योगदान दिने गर्दछन्। अब र त्यसको लागि चाहिँ हामीले जुन यो आयोजना गरिरहेका छौँ सहकार्यमा, यसको लागि म सबै आयोजक साथीहरूलाई हृदयदेखि नै आभार व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु र अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय चासो व्यक्त हुने सन्दर्भमा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्था चाहिँ कूटनीतिक नियोगहरू, विभिन्न चाहिँ अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय संस्थाहरूका प्रतिनिधिहरू समेत युनिभर्सिटी विश्वविद्यालयका प्रोफेसरहरू समेतको सहभागितामा आयोजना गरेका यस्ता कार्यक्रमहरूले निश्चय पनि हाम्रो देशको चाहिँ फिल्म सेक्टर, चलचित्रको क्षेत्र कस्तो छ, कसरी यसले विकसित हुँदै गइरहेको छ भन्ने कुराको सन्देश पनि दिन सक्ने भएको हुँदा म यसलाई महत्त्वपूर्ण एउटा कदमको रूपमा लिन चाहन्छु र अन्त्यमा यो आयोजकहरूले जुन 5 दिनसम्म चाहिँ चल्ने भन्नुभएको छ यो फिल्म महोत्सव, यसको पूर्ण सफलताको शुभकामना पनि व्यक्त गर्दछु र हाम्रो आयोगको यो कोलाबोरेसन र कोअर्डिनेसन निरन्तर रहिरहने प्रतिबद्धता पनि व्यक्त गर्दछु र यो 2 शब्द राख्ने मौका दिनुभयो, धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
धन्यवाद वेद प्रसाद भट्टराई sir, मानव अधिकार आयोगका सचिवज्यू. So what he said, I'd like to summarize that. What he said is this kind of festivals can expand our vision, and we can understand and learn from what's going around the world and replicate that in our filmmaking and our human rights advocacy works. We can compare, see the differences between what the human rights situation around the globe, what was happening in Nepal, and how the art medium is, or the filmmaking is being used to advocate for the human rights. We can learn through these kind of festivals. We can learn from the international films, how they are making the films, and how we can do the same here in Nepal. He also acknowledged the SRFC for organizing this film festival since 2010, and he said that the NHRC is partnering with this festival since then, and also committed to continue this partnership for many years to come. He also said that the NHRC, the National Human Rights Commission's vision is human rights at every household. That means the rights of women, or the gender rights of children, rights of senior citizens, and all the kind of all the people. So film medium, through the entertainment or advocacy, can contribute to making it happen and taking human rights education to all the households. And finally, he said that this kind of festivals, are happening in partnership with many diplomatic agencies, universities, international development partners and other agencies, human rights agencies, organizations, is a great success. And it also shows that how our filmmaking is going to change in the future. Thank you, Betzer, for your remarks. And at the end, at the end of the inauguration session, I would like to thank all our supporting partners, the European Union delegation to Nepal, the International Organization of Migration, the Lincoln University and MAP project, National Human Rights Commission, the International Committee of Jurists, Film Development Board, and all other organizations who have been supporting us for the past years and also this year. We thank all of you. And finally, I would like to request the chairperson of Human Rights Film Center, Mr. Vishnu Bahadur Khatri, for his vote of thanks and closing of this opening ceremony. Vishnuji, over to you.
Thank you so much, Hiranyaji. Honorable Yogesh Bhattrai, Minister of Culture, Tourism and Civil Affairs, Secretary of National Human Rights Commission, Mr. Ved Prasad Bhattrai, President of Film Development Board, Mr. Dairam Dahal, Ambassador of the European Union Delegate to Nepal, Your Excellency Nona Daprej, Nepal Chief of the Mission International Organization for Migration, Ms. Lorena Lane, Professor of the University of Lincoln, United Kingdom, and friends. We are very thankful to our people and all our guests for your valuable participation and remarks in this opening ceremony of 8th Nepal Human Rights International Film Festival, which is virtual this time because COVID-19 pandemic. I would like to acknowledge great we have received from National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, Film Development Board, European Union, German Embassy, International Commission of Jurists, International Organization for Migration, UKRI, GCRF, Mobile Arts for Peace Project, University of Lincoln, UK, High Commission of Canada, Delhi, Human Rights organizations, CSOs, filmmakers, Chalchitra TV, and all other organizations, partners, and individuals. Without such a generous support from you all, organizing this event would not be far from possible. Human Rights Film Center strongly believe that art and culture are the important tools to promote human rights and peace in any society. We at Human Rights Film Center use different art forms, especially videos, audios, and films for information, education, communication, and advocacy purposes. In the process of doing so, we have built a strong partnership with different academic and non-academic institutions, art-based organizations, research institutions, and other key stakeholders. We have also supported in capacity building of marginalized youth, especially helping them raise their voices using audio, video, and other different art forms. As I said earlier, it is very difficult to continue this kind of international initiatives without the support, cooperation, and collaboration from different stakeholders. It is therefore we anticipate similar support and cooperation from you all in future as well. So the voice of voiceless people could be made louder, stronger, and justice is made. And this is very important to ensure rights of women, children, people with disability, LGBTI, elderly people, Dalit, migrant workers, conflict victims, and so on. So let's work together to make our societies as just and human rights friendly. And in doing that, we believe we can achieve sustainable development goals through multi-stakeholders engagement in the process. In this year, Nepal Human Rights International Film Festival, we have many good films and documentaries that is going to be broadcasted through Chalchitra apps. Also, we will hold numbers of thematic webinars, thematic discussions, inviting expert researchers, artists, and practitioners by Zoom. I heartily request all of you to actively participate in different events, films, different discussion series during this film festival, and motivate our team members and all the partners. Once again, thank you so much for your time, support, and solidarity. With this, I would like to end this opening session here. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vishnuji, for your closing remarks. And after closing, it's very informally. I just saw our advisor Navin Subba joining. And also, I welcome and thank him also. Now the films are already streaming on Chalchitra TV app. You can download that, or if you have not already done so, the films will be there for 24 hours, so you can watch them on your time of convenience. And every day there will be a new set of films will be uploaded at 11 a.m. and there are 24 hours. So you have, if you have schedules for the screening, if you are not, you may ask us or you may find us. It is on our social media channels. Thank you very much for everyone. Have a nice day, nice time, and enjoy the festive 6 days of festival. Thank you very much.